Welcome to the Tacoma Elder Care Channel with your video host, Bob Michaels. Today's guest is Terri Voeller, Administrator with Spring Ridge Assisted Living and Memory Care.
My name is Bob Michaels, and I'm your host of the Tacoma Elder Care Channel. We are here today with Terri Voeller from Spring Ridge Assisted Living and Memory Care. We're really lucky to have Terri with us today because she's going to share a lot of information, not only about memory care and what her facility does, but first she's going to start and hopefully introduce herself and tell a little bit about yourself. So Terri.
Hi, Bob. Yes, I'm Terri Voeller, and I am the administrator at Spring Ridge Assisted Living and Memory Care. I've been doing this type of profession for 25 years. I started in November of 1989, and I've worked in 3 different communities here in the city of Tacoma in those 25 years. So I've learned a lot from the history of the residents that I've taken care of in the past 25 years. So it's been very challenging, but it's also been very rewarding.
Great. Well, where are you guys located?
We're located at 6856 East Portland Avenue, which is on the east side of Tacoma, and we're right across the street from the famous Champion Center, which is probably the largest church in town. And it's brand new, remodeled. We remodeled the entire building in 2013 and added our memory care neighborhood of 41 units, and we're filling up because it's very beautiful remodel. Everything was redone.
Well, for those that don't know, why don't you take a few minutes and just describe, what an assisted living residence is and what a memory care unit is and how that differs from normal care. And then we'll go into what type of people, come to your place and how do you get them?
Well, the trend has changed in the last 25 years. Before it was, we took care of people that could not stay at home. They couldn't cook for themselves, or they weren't taking their medications correctly. The trend has changed now to where we need to take in, or we're taking in a lot higher people that need more care. The ones that absolutely come out of the hospital and they cannot go back home. It's just too unsafe for them to go home. They're not taking care of themselves appropriately. So with our bathing assistants, dressing assistants, personal hygiene, medication management, they can live in our facility a lot longer, and with the safety measures that we have in our building, it's a lot better for them health-wise, and mentally they feel safer in our assisted living. Now, dementia is a little bit different because these residents are aging more mentally, and they need the reminders, the constant reminders. Sometimes it's every 3-minute reminders, but they are still safe in our building. We also do their medications, dressing, bathing, and we encourage them to partake in different activities. And we let them do anything that they're able to do. If they want to dress themselves, that's fine. We let them do that. We'll encourage them to put the right clothes on at the right time. But it's a little bit more challenging because they don't remember that we're there to help them. And that's why there's a lot more of these memory cares popping up around, because it's a much needed and with the baby boomers becoming the age that we are, we're going to need it too. So.
Sure. Why don't you walk us through how a more typical client may come to find you, and then walk us through, maybe the engagement process, and describe a little bit how that works. I mean, for example, in our business, most of our people come to us through referrals from people like yourself or financial planners. How about with an assisted living and memory care? How does that work?
Assisted living and memory care, we reach out to the hospitals, we reach out to the skilled nursing facilities. Someone may graduate from skilled nursing and be able to come down to assisted living. We work well with the local skilled nursings. we call it trading back and forth, because some of our residents might go there and we might get some of theirs. So we get a lot of referrals from them. We're working hard with the hospitals. We have a within 24-hour return. So if a hospital calls us, we can have someone go out and assess and have someone move into our building within 24 hours, which is a quick turnaround, especially for the discharge planners at the hospitals to discharge their patient. Then we have our outside marketing person that goes around, Michelle, that you met, and she'll reach out to the attorneys and discharge planners and clergymen and everybody that's out there that could run across anyone that may need our assisted living or memory care. So she's outside marketing, and then I have an inside marketing person, and we hold events, and she plans and directs all of the inside marketing that we do within the building too. So.
Right. I know there's sure a need for it, and we're called constantly with people saying things like, my spouse, I just can't care for my spouse anymore. Where do I go? Who do I call? And of course we keep people like yourselves on our Rolodex pretty well. Who uses Rolodex anymore? But we certainly have your number. Let's talk a bit about paying for long-term care. That's always a challenge from an estate planning elder law lawyer's perspective, as people come in and hopefully they come in early, they've started identifying certain needs, because long-term care is expensive.
It's very expensive.
And to the surprise of many, their health insurance or Medicare doesn't pay for long-term care. So.
Well, and we're not a Medicare approved. Medicare does not recognize assisted living or memory care yet. So we are approved. Right now we're working with 3 different long-term care insurances. We can be approved for doing that type of payment. A lot of the residents that we have did not pre-plan like you and I are doing right now for our long-term care. So we do long-term care insurance. We also have private pay. There's some people that just pay out of pocket until they spend down. But I'm also contracted with the state of Washington for 3 different contracts. I have the assisted living contract. I've got a lower level of care of EARC, and then I also have the specialized dementia care contract that we're qualified to care for. So we can take care of Medicaid clients in our building if they spend down and run out of money. I don't want to ever have to move anyone out because they ran out of money.
It is sad, and
yes.
Not so much for the person with dementia, but more so for the family who is put into this predicament of having a place to take mom or spouse.
It's just an added stress to their life, and they're truly the sandwich generation. They have to figure out what to do with their parent, and then they have to figure out what to do with the parent's finances and the parent's assets, as long as they're taking care of their own children or grandchildren. So it's very difficult, and I've been doing this for 25 years, and I know a few little tricks to the trade on trying to finance their care, and I work for a wonderful company that will bend the rules a little bit and help them out as much as we can.
Yeah,
so.
Super. Well, we certainly have enjoyed having you and learning about assisted living and memory care. It's just an ongoing need, and the need for, or the cry for information out in the community is just tremendous, particularly with trying to find a place for mom. And so really glad to have you here. So once again, why don't you give people your contact information?
Okay. Yes, I'm Terri Voeller, and I'm the administrator at Spring Ridge Retirement. It's also Spring Ridge Assisted Living and Memory Care. We're at 6856 East Portland Avenue in Tacoma, and the phone number is 253-474-1093. You can also find us on the web at springridgealmc.com. Or you can contact us Once again, at the number 253-474-1093.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.